What we're going to do?
Build a Pinewood Derby car.
Well, we're going to talk about Pinewood Derby car. It might take more than one day.
Yeah.
We're going to have to glue some wood on here because I think you wanted to build that kind of car, which is a Lego car, right?
Yep.
But notice we're going to have some issues here.
Dodge Charger to be exact.
Yeah, we're going to have some issues here. So look how skinny our block is and how wide the car is. And
we might also need to make the top.
Well, we might need to add some wood to that too. So we're allowed to add wood. So here's all our parts. Got them all? Yeah, and some numbers. So the basic kit comes with all this stuff, right? So if we add our wheels to the side of this, see how the wheels will stick out?
Yeah.
So your wheels on this don't stick out. They're kind of almost flush, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think we need to add some wood on the side. And it has specifications, see?
We can only use hand tools. That's one.
Well, we can only use hand tools. Let me find a ruler real fast. Now the rules, can you read these rules? Under the specifications, don't lose our parts now. What's it say?
Width 223-4 length.
2 3/4 inch.
2 3/4 inch, 7 inch. Weight not over 5 ounces.
So the length, we can't go longer, right? But look, the width, we are at about 1 5/8 inches, right? Mm-hmm. So we can go all the way to here, 2 3/4, at least 2.5, right? So we got lots of room to go wide. We probably don't want to go the full 2 3/4, but we'll probably go a little wider, at least to clear the wheels, right?
Yeah.
So I think we'll add some wood. So what we need to do is we need to find some wood that we can add to the sides. And this is just pine, right? That's why they call it a Pinewood Derby car. So it's the same thing that 2x4s are made out of. I bet that we can cut a piece of wood out of a 2x4 and make this. But I'm thinking about what we should do. Let me go find my marker. So we got to drill this with hand tools, right? We're not supposed to use power tools. So if we tried to drill a hole on the edge of this with our little hand drill thing, what's going to happen?
It might waller it out.
It's not going to stick, right? It's going to come drill right out the side. So if we're going to drill these holes in this new wood we're going to make, we need to cut a piece of wood that's bigger than this, drill our hole, and then cut the wood down so it'll fit, right? So we got to start with a couple things. So let's go see if we can find wood real quick, and then we'll set it up and we'll drill our holes, and then we'll talk about how to cut it after that, okay?
Okay.
All right, so I found a chunk of wood. It's a scrap piece I had laying around. I think it might actually be maple and not pine, but we'll use it anyway, right?
Yeah.
Close enough. But it's wide enough. This is the exact same thickness as our wheels. We got lucky on that, right?
Yeah.
So this will cover our wheels if we glue it onto the sides, and it's wide enough. Remember why I said it had to be wider than this? Why?
Because it...
Why did we have to make it so big?
So it would actually give us a little more room, maybe?
For our drill.
For a drill.
Remember, if the drill went on the edge, it would peel out. So we need to drill this in the middle. And if we're going to drill this in the middle, we have to have enough middle. So all this wood here will probably be waste. But if we want our hand drill to work, because we can't use power tools, then we need to drill it in the middle. So we're going to drill it in the middle first. So let me find a pencil. We're lining this out. I'm almost out of pencil. We're going to have to get a new one soon. Look at that thing.
Oh, I'm getting short.
It's a tiny pencil. All right, so we're going to cut this bottom off. And since we're going to be cutting the bottom off, I think that we can use this bottom still. See this knot right here?
Yeah.
We're going to end up cutting that off, so it doesn't matter. So if we do this like this, I think we'll be just fine. So let's put this piece here, and we want to mark where our axles are, because we're going to have to drill our holes right where those axles are, right? And then we want to do this. And what we end up with, see these two marks?
Yeah.
We need to drill holes the same, just a little bit bigger than our wheels in those spots. What do you think? Gonna work?
Gonna work.
All right.
Can't wait to use the hand drill.
The hand drill? We'll have to figure out if we can move our camera over though, because...
I'll go get the hand drill.
All right, you know where it is?
Yep.
All right.
In the saw spot, left drawer, bottom drawer. You may have seen the P Tiny Run in other videos.
Okay, we're going to use this bit and brace then, which means we'll have to change the bit for it. All right. I don't know if we have the right size one in this one either. We'll have to see. Closer though, look at those. That's probably getting close. So we need one of these to be the same size as the wheel. That one's a little small. Might take the very biggest one. Even that one could go bigger, right? One more option. Somewhere around here I have an adjustable one.
And the biggest bit ever.
Since I don't have a big enough one, we have this adjustable one. And what happens with this one is we adjust this as our fly cutter to come out and make the hole, and then it just screws through here, right? Looks like I paid $2 for that.
$2?
Well, I probably bought it a long time ago, right?
Ah, things just get expensiver and expensiver.
Well, I don't think a lot of people use these tools, so they're pretty decent. And they're kind of rusty, the ones I have in the box.
Yeah.
But maybe someday we should clean them up.
At least the box looks kind of nice.
Yeah. Alright, so we're going to use this booger, and we're going to have to adjust it. So you adjust it by using this screw. See how it clamps on this bit?
Mm-hmm.
So we need this to be almost the right size already, isn't it? We need to go a little smaller though. Let's see how that slides.
Yeah, got a little dirty.
Yeah, got some sawdust in it. It's even got measurements on it, but I don't know if we're going to trust those. I can't see the locating line anyway. We need to clean these up. To be fair, I don't really use them though, right?
Yeah.
Alright, so we want our wheel well to be about that much bigger. See that cutter right there?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe about that much bigger. Yeah, we'll try that. Tighten her back down. Alright. Alright, so we gotta drill these 2 holes. We need to get a board. We don't want to blow all the way through. Remember when we were talking about wood tools?
Yeah.
For the bear claws?
Yeah.
Was it bear claws or was one of the other ones? One of the adventures.
Might have been Blue the Builder.
Yeah, it's Blue the Builder, you're right. We were talking about not drilling all the way through the wood because it'll blow out, right? And make an ugly patch. So we don't want to do that here either. We want to drill part of the way through and then switch to the other side so that we don't make an ugly mess of it. So I'm going to let you start this one. So hold it down. Turn her around, and it should start threading in. You got to put a little downward pressure on it. That's why the handle has a ball on it. Keep it straight now. I want to drill a hole crooked. You feel like it's threading in yet?
I kind of do feel like we're going down.
All right. I don't know if you're doing a very good job. I think you're just spinning around. Hold on, let me look. I think you just stripped the hole out here. Here, let me get it. Let me get it started.
You gotta push down.
All right. Now spin it. You gotta keep it straight though. You're making it?
Yeah.
Yeah? You don't sound like you're making it. Hard to turn?
No pain, no gain.
Keep going. Keep going. You're almost now cutting it.
No.
You're just almost cutting it. I don't think this tool works very good. Shame. Shame that we don't have a bigger one of these. Alright, let's try something else then. I think we need to work on that tool. That adjustable bit needs some adjusting. I don't know, work very good. Let's see if we can drill it through with this first, and then we'll just rasp it out to the right size. What do you think? Got something planned?
Yeah, maybe that tool just needs to go in the truck it bucket.
No, I think it's a good one. We just need to polish it up and sharpen it. Alright, so we got holes all the way through anyway. Let's go ahead and turn it over. Let's see if we can drill through this way.
Boink.
Alright, put your hand up there.
Yeah.
Turn it. Gotta push down a little bit.
Turny, turny, turn.
Turn. Keep it nice and straight.
Turny, 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 twisty.
Come on. Now put some effort in. You're getting it. I can hear it cutting. These should be sharpened, right?
No pain, no gain.
Yeah.
I'm getting no pain, so I don't think I'm getting any gain.
I think you're making it. Try the other hole too. Let me see if I can find a... Don't fall through there. Let me see if I can find a different one. That one don't seem to be wanting to work very good, does it? I think they're all dull. You need to spend a bunch of time sharpening these, I think.
Maybe we could turn that into a boring video and call it the most boring video we've ever made.
The most boring video ever.
Let's try that using that one.
We'll try this one. I don't think it's going to be easier. If I can even get a bit out of it.
At least I can
This
use
has
my
an egg
armpit.
beater. Yeah, this has an egg beater thing, right? So let's try this one.
With gears,
Cut that
it's
straight.
always
You're cutting it
easier.
all crooked. Look how crooked you're getting. Well, the gears can make things easier, right?
Oh, I really did cut crooked.
I told you. You're not paying attention to what you're doing. You're goofing off. All right. All right, so this is an egg beater type, right?
Egg beater.
All right, so let's see if I can get it adjusted down for you, though, because it's way too tall, right?
Yeah.
I don't think we got room to adjust it down. Can you hold the handle? Can you crank it? I'll try to hold it. No, you got it only goes one way. It goes this way.
Oh. Kind of hard to crank.
Yeah, it's because we're cutting wood. I think we need our tools to be sharpened.
This bit might work better for the ball and brace.
I don't think this bit will work in the brace. We got kind of a hole started, right? We got a little bit of work to do. I think we have to take some time to sharpen our drill bits.
So we might have to end this video right away.
Well, we can pause it.
Yay!
All right, so we got the tools cutting better, right?
But
Bugger out our hole, but we got the sharpen tool. So I want you to cut this one. Put your hand up there.
bam.
Hand there. And try to keep her straight. It's not that hard to turn.
No. That's easy for you to say. My arms are like noodles if I use this for hours.
Maybe eat your spinach. Okay, you don't want to wobble.
Try watching Popeye and you'll learn your lesson.
Yep, we did that hole too. See that hole bust out? See how it went completely sideways? We'll get a wood rascal. We'll knock those out the rest of the way. We about got it.
Stupid chunk of metal.
Well, it's because we cut this other hole. Remember we tried the other drill bits?
Oh.
We'll get her though. So we got them most of the way through on that side and on this side. So we're only held in by just a little web of wood between the two, right?
Yeah. So the holes in those little holes we're drilling don't matter?
No. We need an opening that clears the wheel, right? We're trying to make a hole.
Then we're gonna chop off the bottom bit to make
An
things
opening to
squishy.
clear that wheel. So we might be able to coping saw it out. So this is a coping saw, right?
Very teeny blade.
So what we could do, get our blade loose.
Someday you probably ought to make a wood handle for that.
Maybe.
It might look more professional
All right.
with a wood handle.
You have to move your butt so I can get this installed.
Zap! Whoa.
Because what we want to do is we want to put our blade through here, facing the right direction. Maybe. And hook it onto here. In our hook. And then we want to hook it into here. And then we'll be cutting through that hole.
Dad usually waxes chisels with this caveman mallet.
Okay, that's what we're talking about. I should have put the handle on the other way, but. So now we can kind of. That's already broken through. Oh, I'm hitting my vise. Hitting the vise. Let's pull her out. Well, we're not hitting the vise no more.
I might be able to cut on this.
Yeah, I'm going to have to move the camera. Let me change the blade around so you can go the other way. Alright, so this is a coping saw. I'll move the camera so they can see what we're looking at, right?
Black and yellow.
Because I don't think they can see what we're looking at.
Just kind of hanging there like a C-clamp.
Alright. So this is a coping saw.
A D-clamp.
And so what it does, it's a blade, and it just kind of, so you pull down to cut, right? I already started cutting here. Remember what I said about saw blades last time? You can't make them cut faster by going harder.
Yeah.
So you just want to kind of go around that circle. So grab on the handle. And you want to, well, you're twisting it. Don't twist. See the blade? Don't twist, it'll make it harder to cut. Grab the handle. Okay. You really don't want to hold it here. You're going to twist it. Alright, now we're hitting the vise, so we can't go that way farther, right? Let's back it out. And we'll turn it, and we'll come this way a little bit.
This is fun.
Well, this is how we're going to cut the car out, so... Alright, we can go this way now. Grab the handles. You can get started. Kind of like a sewing machine, right?
We do have a power saw. Power cooling saw.
Kind of, yeah. Would have been easier if the drill bit would have worked, right? If we could have got our drill bits to work, this would have been pretty easy, but we'll make it work.
At least the drill bit made us a cut
Are you
line.
cutting or are you just holding here while making me do all the work? I'm supposed to be just steering it. You're making me do all the work. Alright, so we got that most of the way cut. Let's move this out a little bit. So we can clear the vise, right?
I'm just sitting down to make things easy. My hands are covered in slime.
Alright, can you cut that the rest of the way? Stay on our line. You see what we're trying to do? Just tiny cuts. You're not trying to cut that much. You're just trying to move along it. Kind of like filing it. Let's see if I can hold the board. I think your board's bouncing too much. Alright, go. Alright, go hold straight. You see what's happening here? When you go up, you're doing this. Do you see how much of a bigger bite that saw has to take when you tilt it?
Yeah.
Stay straight. Because you now made it take a giant bite.
That I don't want to take.
Right. Okay. There you go. Oh, you're almost got her. You gotta get in a groove of it. The right tension, the right pull. There you go, good one. You keep twisting it. You gotta get it cutting before you turn, okay? You're making this very hard by twisting. You see what's happening when I'm trying to push down? You're doing all this with the bottom. All you gotta do is pull straight down. You're making it hard for me to even help, dude. Alright.
You may have let us use my power tool.
Less cut. Slow cuts. You're just filing it. You keep pulling it towards you. You don't have to pull the saw towards you. Got it?
Got it.
Straight up and down. Straight up and down. There you got it. Isn't that easier?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're trying to like force it into the wood. You can't force it into the wood, bud. That's pretty close. We'll be able to rasp that out nice and round, right? We gotta do the next one.
Why do we always latch our coping saw, and why can't we just chop this? Because the fender's.
Well, I'm not sure where the fender's gonna end up yet. So, and plus, I don't want the wood to move. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The wood would vibrate. You know how I was having to hold the end of it already?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna squeeze it. You put that in there.
Come on.
Line it up. There you go. All your problem is you're putting your finger where you can see it. You should be adjusting it from down here, you reckon? That make sense?
Trying not to get my finger nipped.
Touch it. It ain't like a bandsaw, dude. It's just, they're just teeth. You have to try really hard to cut yourself with that, bud.
It's like just a dog.
All right. So don't pull it towards you. We're just rubbing it. Rubbing the wood, okay? There you go. Don't force it. Just kind of take your time. You're pulling it towards you again. Straight up and down. There's a wall in our cut. That's all right. That's almost all the way through because we had our drill doing that, right?
Yeah.
we get right on that drill, it'll go right through, you know what?
Yeah.
Alright, go this way. Straight up and down. You really don't need to hold the top. You should be doing it all from the bottom down here. Alright, now listen, feel. You see I'm not pushing it into wood?
Yeah.
Well, watch what happens if I push it in the wood. We're not pushing the wood, you're just kind of barely rubbing the wood, alright? If you push it into the wood, it'll get a lot harder. You just want to just kind of let it rub.
Just file it without even touching even.
Yeah, you just want to kind of rub against the wood. You don't want to push the jaws into it. Those teeth go into that, it'll get really hard to cut. You just want to kind of, like you're sanding it away, kind of, right? Ta-da! That wasn't that hard, right?
Yeah.
You just gotta kind of gently get it in there. All right, I'm gonna make that one. Cut it this way. All right, so we got our holes. That was a lot harder than it should have been, right?
A charger would be hard, but it's actually going to be easy.
You think so?
Yeah.
Well, let's see how this goes.
But this is only one finger.
Yep.
We have to do that twice.
I think we have to do the other side too, right?
Why couldn't we just layer the two blocks?
Well, we probably could have, but it would have been harder to cut, you think?
Maybe just drill that one and whack it on
Well,
top.
we're going to try to drill this one this time, okay? Because we sharpened our drill bit, right?
Yeah.
We caused ourselves a lot of trouble with that dull drill bit. So let's mark this one out. Where'd our block go? There it is. So let's mark this one out too. So we need to mark it from that side, right? So here's where our car was. It must have been from... Did I flip it over? Like that. That's where our car was, right? So we need that much wood just for the gluing on, right? And then we can move it down. And we'll mark them again. Here and here. And we need two holes right there too. Alright. Now you don't have to push down that hard. Let the screw do the work. Now that we got a hole. So don't push down too hard. Just keep cranking around. Until it strips the screw out. It might strip the screw out. And then we'll have to push down.
No.
Don't twist it. You see you're twisting it? You gotta keep it straight up and down. You're starting to cut it. You're starting to cut it.
No.
It's not that hard. Yeah, it's not that hard.
So says who?
Well, don't squish your hands.
You're right in my knuckle.
I know. I was trying to get under your hand so I wouldn't squish your hands, silly. You're not letting me. All right, we don't want to go all the way through. We want to cut that from the other side too, right?
Yeah.
Let's see if we can trim that out there a little bit.
Trimming.
All right. We're going to cut the rest of that from the other side, right? So we don't blow through. All right, grab a handle, start turning.
Nope. We're cutting.
Nope.
You're doing all the work though.
Well, you're not helping. You're just kind of riding. You're not even trying to help. You're just kind of going along with the ride. You're supposed to be pushing and pulling too, bud.
No thing on in.
You're just kind of letting me do it all. All right. About down as far as we can go on that side. There we go. About as far down as we can go on that side.
Nails that you flip.
Flip her over.
That chip looks like a rubber band. A little one. I love drilling.
These are ones, a smaller drill bit, right?
Yeah. I might just want to drill holes now, just for the sake of
Well,
it.
we'll start with the smaller drill bits. Go. All right, go slow, because it might blow through. We blew out the bottom, all right. See the bottom blowed out?
Yeah.
Same thing as the other one. I don't think this drill bit works for this size drill. I think it's made for like really big holes. You know what?
Yeah.
We blew out again. Well, this is not the drill bit we need, is it?
How about let's try that one over
Well,
there?
we're already through now. We don't need to try anymore.
We just need a coping saw.
We're at the coping saw stage. Let me see if I got a coping saw that's easier to adjust than that one. That one's hard.
And maybe one that's easier to use.
Well, they all come with the same blade, dude. The blades are all work the same. This one's a little rustier. Alright, let's get this stuck out here where we can reach it.
Hey, it matches this egg beater drill, which matches
Kind
the
of.
other drill. The wood color.
Alright, let's see if we can get this one adjusted. Alright, so we're going to put this through the hole again, right? And lock it in. And we're going to tighten her down.
You can always trust the rusty tools.
Let's trust the rusty ones.
Yep. The shiny ones are, by any chance, very cheap and do not work.
Alright, same thing. You need to come around here. Remember, don't pull it into the cut, okay? You just want to rub the cut. And when you turn, it gets a little harder. Get you in the groove there. There you go.
Thank you.
You want to just kind of rub it. Don't pull into the cut.
Gotta rub it like you're rubbing a cat.
Alright. Grab a handle. Bottom. Your hands don't need to be on top at all. I was going to help you a little bit on the top. Because we're pushing into the cut again. Alright, go this way. Straight up and down. It's a smooth movement. Look what you're doing. You're all over the place. You're all over the place. Well, hold the bottom handles and just control with that. I think I was trying to help you and you're still letting me do the work. There you go. I'm not going to help you if you keep making me do all the work, dude. Just like that. You just don't want to push it into the cut too much. There you go. Nice and slow. Doing it all by yourself now. If you get into this groove, it'll be easier. Keep going. Now that's not going to make it cut.
Trying to get in the groove.
Oh, well keep going with the cut you're on. Alright. You got to hold them from the bottom handles. Using your hand on top is not going to help. There you go. Not the way a tool is made to be used. Notice there's no handle on top, right? Handles are on the bottom. Don't go fast. You're going to jam it up. Nice and slow and gentle. Keep going. You got it jammed in there. Hey, you're getting her. Okay, you're getting out of your cut. You're bouncing all over the place. Go ahead. Grab. Will you quit letting go of the tool? I'm not doing it for you, dude. I'm trying to help you. All right. Oh, you took too big a cut.
It doesn't want to take too big a bite.
Well, you kind of got jammed in there. Let me get it started again. You're twisting it in there on me, bud. This saw, see these teeth? If you feel them, you see how they're wider than the metal?
Yeah.
It creates a kerf that clears this. And the reason you're binding it up is because you're cutting too fast. This kerf has to leave room for this metal. If you cut too fast, it just pushes the wood out, and then the wood squeezes back on it, right? You got to cut slow enough that you're making a kerf. When you're going too fast, you need that little tiny movement. There you go. I'm not pushing at all. Grab on the handle. Like that. Hey, got it. See how easy it is when you don't push? When you do that, quit fighting it and just let it go. Let it do what it's supposed to do.
The saw doing work.
Yep. You're not trying to push it into the cut at all. There you go.
Woo!
You don't want to cut it and push it into the saw at all. Alright. Got the other one.
Yeah.
You don't want to push that into the cut at all. You want to just let it do its work. Alright. I never have enough hands to do this. You know what? There we go.
How come we keep wrapping the saw in there?
What do you mean?
Like wrapping the saw in the wood.
Because we're cutting the middle. How would we cut that hole without doing it this way? The reason coping saws are nice is because you can put the blade inside like that, right?
Yeah.
Think about it, even if we're using the power scroll saw and we wanted to cut this circle out, wouldn't we have to remove the blade to get the blade in the hole?
Yeah.
So we'd still have to do the exact same thing, right?
But only we'd have the power to help us.
Alright, Like I said, gentle. Don't force it in the cut. Just kind of rub against it. Nice and slow. Can't make it cut faster, dude. Only gonna go so fast.
Try biting in from the middle. Okay, what's she getting? A bite? I think she's getting a bite now.
Yep.
I believe I'm already learning to use a saw.
Well, that's an easy saw to use.
But chainsaws are in style these days.
Yeah, and it'd be a while for you to change that.
Dang it, dang it, dang it! That's my new catchphrase, by the way.
Be a long time before you can use a chainsaw, bud. Making progress? Not getting off my cut, are you? Make sure you're staying inside the circle, okay?
Okay. Take little baby bites
Yep.
and stay in the groove.
Yep, that's so fast. Just stay in that groove.
Trying to find a way to get in the groove.
I think if we had the right drill bit, we could have drilled that the whole way. We don't. We only got that one expandable one the right size. I don't want to buy a drill bit just for Pinewood Derby car. It's a shame this one wasn't big enough.
Hey, she actually chomped her first big bite.
Alright, you working on this or you're goofing off? Alright, so you can only cut where the thing lets you cut, right? I think we need to be on this side of the wood, what do you think? See how our saw needs to go the other way?
Yeah.
Probably cut a little more of this. We're about out of room to cut. Get in there. Alright, line it up. Use your... I'm telling you, but if you grab it down here, you're trying to grab it the same spot you put it in with, and it ain't going to work because you can't see what you're doing, right?
I got it. The tension holds it in the spot.
Yup. What I'm doing is I'm tightening the handle up, and this is a spring, right? This back. And that makes it stay tight. There you go. Remember, you want straight up and down. We're not chopping, we're sawing. And once you get that groove, see how you got your kerf too tight? It'll keep jamming until you get past that spot. So you kind of already got it stuck. There's no going back. Once you get that to where it's wedged, you need to make a good curve. Alright, that's about as far as we can go because we're hitting the vise, right? Let's go to the other side. Oh, grab your handles. There you go. See how nice and smooth it goes when you just kind of barely rub it?
Yeah.
Don't force it. You gotta want to just kind of gently go through it. And just kind of rub against it. You're not trying to force it to cut.
Cutting fast,
All right,
too.
that's as far as we got. We're out of room. All right, so we got our holes.
4 holes.
That took a long time, didn't it?
Yeah.
Shame we didn't have the right drill bit.
Let's see if
You do this next year, maybe we should buy another drill bit, the right size.
Let's see if you're bored yet. Well, looks like you're still in the screen. Okay.
You want to take this and knock out all of that ugly, okay?
Okay.
Same thing, you gotta keep it nice and flat. And you kind of want to roll a rasp like this. You want to roll it a bit. Feel that roll?
Yeah.
And that makes sure you're getting more teeth Let me get this collar back on. We're starting to get a little out of round. You see how we're starting to get that groove?
Yeah.
For that, we want to kind of smooth it all across. Like that. Alright. What do you think? Good enough?
Good enough.
Alright, well, get the next ones then. Just the bottoms of the holes. Don't make them all out of round. Watch what you're doing. You need to file this, not that. You got that about right. You need to file this. You see what I'm doing? See that line? You need to get that part. You're filing this part, but that part's good. We need to file here. There you go. Look better? One. Alright. Gotta do this one. Gotta do that one. Pay attention to what you're filing on. We're not just moving the file, we're moving stuff. You're paying attention to what you're cutting, right? Cut the wood out, don't just file through the filing.
One as pretty as that one. Ooh, that's a lot of ugly.
Yeah, we'll cut it out of there. There you go. That's just a burr. You need to get that stuff out of the bottom.
Ooh, yeah.
Okay, push down just a little, not too much, just a little bit. See, feel it cutting?
Yeah.
You're just bouncing off of it. You want it to cut. You got a little wild with the saw there. See if we can smooth that out. That might come out looking funny, huh?
Hey, it's just an old fender. Either way, it's always going to go on the charger.
Alright, last one. And then we'll flip it over and do the other side. You need to be flat though, you're going to round out your hole. See if you cut it this way, see the angle it's going to make your hole?
Yeah.
You want it to stay nice and flat. You'll round your hole out. You want the file to stay flat. The file does what you tell it to do. If you tell it to cut crooked, it'll cut crooked. Cut crooked again.
I think telling a dog what to do is easier.
Yeah, maybe. Alright. Let's do the other side real quick. Alright, let's see how we did. There's the holes we made. We need these to hold the wheels.
And there's
Got a little-
the dust we made.
Got a little crooked on that one, but maybe that'll be alright. Maybe we only need the top part, right? So maybe we can... What do you think?
Yeah, it looks amazing.
Alright, so what we gotta do now, so we gotta cut this right down that line. What do you think?
But why couldn't we just use this one? Because then we'd get 2 fingers.
What are you talking about?
If we're going to cut it in half, we could just chop
Because
this
it's
one
actually
and
less than half. If you look, if you drew a center line through this, the half line would actually be here. You see the problem?
Yeah.
Yeah, so the center would actually not, but it's close, but they're not quite centered. So if you look, we're not quite in the center of that circle. So what would happen is we'd have one that was shorter than the other. And that'd be bad, right?
Yeah.
All right, we gotta rip this down.
So what is rip?
We're gonna saw it. because we don't need this side. So I mean, when you run our saw down, we want to be on this side of the line. You see, we're going to cut right here, not over here. We want to keep that line. If we can saw this and leave this pencil line, we'll be all set. Got it?
Got it.
Yeah, let's see if we can find a saw. All right, so we need a rip saw. And the difference between a rip saw and a crosscut saw is the teeth. So feel this. If you rub your finger up that, you feel how it goes uphill and you can feel the side of the tooth?
Yeah.
All right, now feel this one.
It kind of just go down.
It just goes straight across. There's not much set. That's called the set of the saw. The distance these teeth are apart is called the set. And when you're cutting across the grain, you need lots of set because the wood will try to cinch up on it. But we're going to be cutting with the grain, so we need less set. So we want to stay on this side of the line. And this works just like the coping saw. You can't make it cut faster by pushing harder, okay?
I think I might just want a little groove to get me going.
All right, now also, watch what I'm doing. I'm not sawing it like this.
Oh.
I'm sawing it like this. You know why I'm sawing with a saw like this? I got to cut more wood, but look. If you look over the blade, you have to look over the top. Look over the blade. I'm going to move your stool over here in a minute. I can use the saw, see my line?
Yeah.
To adjust my cut so it goes straight, right? So I'm cutting down lower so I can use this to adjust my saw. Let me move this box and move your stool to this side, okay?
Okay. Yeah. I might be able to do this just standing there.
I don't think so. I think you're going to have to be up a little higher. All right.
Like this high.
Grab on the saw. Now remember, look at your line. Where do you want your cut to be? You use the bolt, you use the saw as a line. You got a little angle. Come on, why are you fighting me? Now you're getting crooked again. Look at your saw. Look at your saw. Line it up with the line. Forget every cartoon you ever watched. They don't work like cartoons. You don't saw like crazy, right? Control. It's all about control. So you want to pull it and you want to push it while holding that nice straight line. No kind of hurry, right? Now you're getting crooked again. Look at your line. You need to move your stool over or something? If you move it over any farther, bud, you're just gonna have to use your arms. You're just gonna have to use your arms. All right, saw them down. We're not going fast. We're just going. Okay, you're getting crooked. Look at the twist. Look at your saw. Look at your saw. You're twisting it. Don't twist it. Straight. Let me see if I can move this board and get you a little closer. You seem to be afraid of it or something. I don't know what you're doing.
Get ready. This whoa.
All right. Now look. The saw has to stay flat. If you twist it, binds up. Binds up, right? Binds up. Has to be straight with your line. You want it to go completely straight. You're going to have to use your arms, not your butt. That's part of your problem. Hold your body straight. Use your arm. We're not going fast, remember. You need to go fast.
I feel like this is a two-man saw.
It's not. You're just not doing your part. Okay, you twisted it a little bit, got it stuck. Twisted the blade and got it stuck. Let me get the curve fixed.
I'm learning how to use a saw.
You're not paying attention very good, though. All right. You're not paying attention very good.
Hey, this is working.
It's a saw. It always works if you do it right.
I'm doing it right.
You just got to pull it straight.
I'm using, for some reason, now a two-man saw.
me move it out of the vise. See if we can get it to not scoosh so much. And see if we can get out of the vise so it isn't smooshing it so much.
This saw is made for big hands. This is easy.
Well, it should be easy. You shouldn't be working your butt off so much. You got to keep it straight. The teeth will do the work. You just got to keep the saw straight.
This is fun. Because how would it not be fun?
Alright, you're about there. Keep cutting. Keep pulling back straight. Watch your line. Just stay close to your line there. What was that about?
Just trying to look at my line.
Kind of got sawdust on it. Well, you're kind of on your line. You need to come your way just a little bit. You know how you're pulling the saw that way?
Yeah.
Now we need to pull it just a hair that way. Not all the way. Not that far. A little bit that way. See if we can straighten our line up. Come on, I'm not doing all the work. You're waiting for me to do the work. All right, you're getting crooked again. Alright, we're through that. And now we're going to be at the point where we have to hit our vise again.
The bench is vibrating.
Alright, now our vise has it. See, it's clamping the vise.
Yeah.
And that's what's holding us up now. We're getting hooked up in the vise.
Kind of began to smell like pine burning.
Yep, because we're binding the saw up. That's not too bad. Pretty straight, right?
Yeah. We just need to crack it on this end.
Well, we're going to finish cutting it. I think we're going to finish cutting it.
Great idea. Yeah. Oh, I like that. Great idea, Dad.
Come here. Alright, I think we're there now. Not quite. Alright, so that's not the piece we need. This is the piece we need, right?
Now we just need to hack them apart.
Yep, we're going to cut them right on that line.
Then chalk that.
Make sure we got enough room. I think if we cut right on that line,
Keep it off.
cut right on, we can glue them first. Cut right on that line and we'll be in business.
First, I need to make sure the wheel wells didn't squash.
Didn't it squish?
They couldn't squish.
Alright, move your stool over here. You
Back
want to be seat and cut this way. We probably need the crosscut saw for this one though, right? Remember the teeth are different? Teeth are different between the two.
I nearly fell right into a saw.
I don't know, those teeth are kind of harsh. There we go. Well, you got to be behind the saw. You're all sideways. All right, same with the coping saw. Don't push down, okay? You don't need to push down. You just need to push forward. You see you're doing this?
Yeah.
That's your problem. Stop doing that.
Oh.
All right, so we have these two blocks. We need to clear them up a little bit before we put them on the car though, because these wheel wells are a little bit out of round and we won't be able to sand them once they're on the car inside here.
Yeah.
So we won't be able to do anything about that once they're inside the car.
Maybe we could put some sandpaper on this chuck and just run them
I
through.
don't think so. I think sandpaper might be where we're going to go, but I don't think we need to put it on that. So we want 80 grit sandpaper because we're going to cut away a lot of wood really fast, but that means you can also make the holes really crooked really fast if we're not careful, right?
I wonder if there's such thing as one grit sandpaper.
Oh, that would be one big rock. The grit refers to how many pieces of aggregate are in an inch. So if you counted these, there'd be about 80 in 1 square inch.
80. 120 grit would be hard.
Okay. So you want to smooth these up. You got this one a little bit crooked. This sandpaper doesn't roll very good. It's too brittle. I don't know what they were thinking. I don't like this sandpaper very good.
I don't think I do either.
Alright, so here's what we're going to do. You see that ridge?
Yeah.
We want to sand that ridge off. So you're going to take this. I need something to put this around because that's going to make it all crooked. Let me find a wooden dowel like this, right? Let me get some tape.
Some sticky tape and just tape the whole thing together.
Okay. And we squeeze it on there and we roll this around. We'll end up with a round sanding block, right?
Yeah.
And then we need to go in here and we take a round sanding block and clean that up. I'm going to add another piece of tape because I think you're going to let go of this just as soon as I hand it to you. Just as soon as I hand that block to you, you're going to let it go sproing. Alright, so we got that tape now. That means you can only sand on these parts. So you want to take these, and you can file it too like this if you want. But hold your wood, hold on to that piece of wood, and sand those out so they're nice and round and smooth.
Now this is the kind of work out sometimes, right? So we're just sanding them into round?
Yeah, you're trying to get all the guckies out of them.
Yuck! There's a lot of yucks there.
Make them nice and smooth and round. Not oval and not squarish, and it'll be nice and round.
This one, yeah, that one's really out of round over
I
there.
have another one of those dowels. Yeah, dude.
Each of us can work on a side.
Yeah, I might look at this one.
Sure hope I got the hard one. The hard one's the fun one.
Sandpaper works the same way as the saws. You can't push harder to make it work better, right? See what I'm doing? Pushing harder won't make it cut faster.
It basically is a saw.
Kind of. You can't make it cut faster by pushing harder, bud. You just got to kind of rub it on there.
Yeah, like 1,500 people, you need 1,500 dowels. 2 hours later.
Well,
Keep sanding.
takes time to make stuff. Get in the camera so I can see what you're doing. Can you reach in the camera or can't reach up that high? To make it harder?
Kinda, yeah. But I can work with it. You're gonna see my head mostly. That might be as good as she gets.
Oh, let me look. Yeah, you do that one.
You already sanded this one out.
We'll do some more. There's still some ridges in there.
Oh, there's a big rig right there.
We're just trying to rough out the big stuff.
I really wish you could just use those hand drills.
Well, you're not supposed to. We'll make it work.
Because then you could just squeak, and the whole thing would be sanded out. For some reason, I like sanding is easier when I walk around while doing it.
Well, it doesn't really help the people watching the camera though, does it?
Nope. So I better get my butt over here. I think this green thing might be tree bark.
No, I painted it. This came out of a tree that I cut down. So I had to paint that so it wouldn't split. When you cut a tree down, it's wet. And as it dries, it'll shrink up. And when it shrinks up, the wood fibers will crack. And you do that so it slows down how fast it dries. They can't see what we're talking about because they're not filmed. But they painted into that wood so that it don't dry so fast. When the wood's drying, it dries slower, and that makes it crack less.
Dad cut down a tree to get this.
Yep.
Ah, pretty nice. Real nice. That fine and dandy.
Let's see what we got. All right. Vroom, vroom. They're all moving, right?
Whoop, 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 whoop.
All
That's the
right.
thing I do.
Once we get this all done, we'll have to cut this kind of a slight angle like this. The roof will be here, and then when we come back here, we'll have to kind of pitch it down like this. You see?
Yeah.
and then the roof will be there. That's what I think we'll do. But we need to find another block of wood for the top. Do you think we have one somewhere? What do we do with the wood I just had?
But I'm guessing maybe quick for today because I'm getting kind of hungry.
Yeah, we got these 2 pieces of wood. So we can add these. Probably only need one of them, I think. Do you think that'd be tall enough? Let's see. If we put that there, it's almost the right size as this, same size as this car, isn't it? So we want the charger back has to come out to here. And then our roof will come up about here. And about that angle. Yeah, right above the wheel. And then we need a roof like this, right?
Yep.
And then come down to here. About right there. That looks more like a 4-door, but let's get a different angle here. You want it to be a 2-door, right?
Yeah, I think. Is a Dodge Charger a 2-door or a 4-door?
Yeah, they made them both, but you want a 2-door one. And then we have this here for the pillar. Alright, what do you think? Can you see on top of that?
Whoa, yeah!
You think?
Yeah.
Gonna work?
I like it a lot.
And then we'll have, see how this bumps in?
Yeah.
We'll have to leave that bumped in a little bit. We'll have to cut that. So we'll have to cut this out too. We'll do that with a coping saw too.
Beginning to look like a Charger already.
Well, I think that's what our plan is. We'll have to come back another day when you're not so crazy though, okay?